Third Planning and Zoning Commission meeting to order. Next item on our agenda is the hearing of residents. Nobody has signed up. Is there anybody in the audience that is here to speak on anything? If you want to come up and speak, please state your name and address. Nope. Yes, sir. If you would, please state your name and address for the record.
Address is 408 Whitetail Pass, Texas 7154.
Okay.
Subdivision. And regarding the 060. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, so Francisco Beatty, 408 Whitetail Pass in Schertz, Texas 7154. Savannah Bluff subdivision. And this has to do with the PC 2018-060, the replat. And I just spoke to Ms. Delgado. One other question I forgot to ask her, are there any tax implications to the homeowner after that replat?
Okay. Certainly we'll have staff answer that question for you after we conduct a public hearing on that. All right, is there anyone else that wishes to speak during hearing of residents? All right, and we have the next item on our agenda is the consent agenda, minutes for the January 9th, 2019 regular meeting. Commissioners? All right, if we don't have anything we need to amend or change, do I have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion that we approve the consent agenda.
All right, motion for approval by Commissioner Outlaw. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Ray. All right, any other comments, questions? All right, call for a vote.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye. 6 ayes, no nays, 1 abstain. Motion passes. Next item on the agenda is public hearing, item 4A, PC 2018-060. Hold a public hearing, consider and act upon a request for approval of a replat of Lot 28, Block 2 of the Savannah Bluff subdivision and previously abandoned Savannah Drive right-of-way in order to create one larger lot. The project consists of approximately 0.4 acres of land located at 3521 Bighorn Trail, City of Schertz, Guadalupe County. Emily.
Excuse me. Good evening, Commissioners. So as you have mentioned, the subject property is outlined here in green. This is Savannah Drive and Bighorn Trail. It's currently zoned single-family residential and does have an existing residential home that you can see here. Texas Local Government Code does require us to publish written notice in the newspaper and mail notice to all property owners within 200 feet due to it being a residential replat. The public hearing notice was mailed on December 28th. There was 14 mailed out. At this time, we've received 3 responses in favor, and then I've received one that basically wrote in the comments that it was abstained. I did receive that today, that they didn't have enough information to choose opposed, neutral, or in favor. We did not receive any that were opposed or neutral to. On January 2nd, it was published in the San Antonio Express News that we would be having a public hearing tonight on this item. So in December of 2017, City Council approved Ordinance 17K49, and essentially with that ordinance, it was abandoning a portion of Savannah Drive. So this is the current lot in question, Lot 28, and then you can see here these kind of dashed lines. This is the area that was originally dedicated as right-of-way that the Planning Division and the Engineering Department basically said at this time we did not need that portion, and it was abandoned via this ordinance. With the adoption of that ordinance, it was listed in that document that it had to be replat into Lot 28 since it was the property immediately adjacent to the abandoned right-of-way. So this is the proposed replat document. You can actually kind of see where the existing lot was and then the abandoned right-of-way area that is to be incorporated into this new Lot 29 Block 2. So essentially, this whole replat is just in order to bring in that abandoned right-of-way into the existing Lot 28. No improvements are needed. The residential home is already serviced by all utilities. The incorporation of this additional land does not cause utilities to be extended or anything like that. The proposed replat is consistent with applicable requirements for the property ordinances and regulations, and staff is making a recommendation of approval. The property owner and applicant is here tonight in case there's any questions. And then to answer the question, or to try to provide some clarification on the question during hearing of residents, not from my knowledge, but obviously the county appraisal district handles kind of those taxing jurisdictions and would determine if there would be a tax increase, a property tax increase based on the little increased acreage that they're receiving.
All right, and this item is a public hearing, so we open the public hearing at 6:05. If anyone wishes to speak on this issue, please make your way up to the podium, state your name and address for the record, and your comments. All right, and seeing no one, then we'll close the public hearing at 6:06. All right, commissioners, comments, questions?
Just an observation, if you don't mind. Looking at the aerial, it appears the homeowner's already extended his fence into this property prior to the replat. Yes?
Yes.
So permits required, right?
I believe there was actually, now honestly I've not pulled the permit record for the fence, but I believe that they had actually talked with the city prior to building the fence into that right-of-way.
All right. Well, that observation aside, Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve PC 2018-060, replat of Lot 28, Block 2.
All right, I have a motion on the floor to approve the replat. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Greenwald. Any other comments or questions, commissioners?
Yes. The 15-foot UE easement, do we know what that is?
Utility easement, so it would be the dry utilities.
Dry utilities.
Electric, cable, telephone.
So is that still needed with the 10-foot utility easement on the, I guess, the north side of the property?
From my understanding from the utility providers, yes, it is still needed. I don't know if we can shed a little more light on it.
My name is John Dehan, I'm a registered professional land surveyor, and from my understanding, the utility company said that they still need that easement through the property, that existing easement. It existed in the previous lot, and they asked that we keep that there. I think they actually have a utility running through there right now, underground.
Thank you.
Property owner aware he can't build anything over that easement? Okay.
Yeah, again, looking at the aerial, it appears that that easement is probably lies outside where the fence, because there's still quite a bit of space between the fence and the, so logically I think that would be probably where the easement is run.
All right, any other comments or questions? All right, we have a motion to approve and a second. Call for a vote.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye. 7 ayes, no nays, motion passes. Item 4B, public hearing, PC 2018-054. Hold a public hearing, consider and act upon a request for approval of a replat of the Homestead Subdivision Unit 1A, Lot 902, Block 9, an approximately 16-acre tract of land generally located about 2,000 feet southwest of the intersection of IH-35 North and Schwab Road, Guadalupe County, Texas. Nick.
All right, good evening. So as Mr. Dalla said, this is a replat for Homestead Subdivision Unit 1A, Lot 902, Block 9. So just for reference, this is the Homestead Subdivision. Outlined in green here is Unit 1A. This is Homestead Parkway, this road here, and then up off the page is I-35. Here's the public hearing notice map. So there's currently 14 properties owned by 5 different parties that are within 200 feet of Homestead Subdivision Unit 1A, Lot 902, Block 9. 5 public hearing notices were mailed to those property owners on January 2nd, and a public hearing notice was published in the San Antonio Express on also on January 2nd, excuse me. And at this time, staff has received no responses to any of the public hearing notices. So here is lot 902, block 9, as it currently exists today, which, as you can see, maybe, is a 15.39 acre drainage and open space lot. So the proposed replat would go ahead and shift to this. It would establish into Unit 1A, lot 904, block 9, which is a 15.39 acre drainage open space lot. Lot 903, block 9 here, consisting of a 30-foot water and sanitary sewer easement, and then lots 9 through 14, block 9, which are single-family residential lots that are, the dimensions were approved through the PDD, the Homestead Plan Development District. So all of this land here that you're seeing, that's different from this old one as it currently exists today, is not new land that they're platting into the Homestead subdivision. It is being taken from Homestead Unit 3B. So we kind of have a graphic here to make it a little bit easier. So 1A is outlined in red here, and then 3B is in green. So this is currently its orientation. So the reasoning behind this replat was to go ahead and realign this sewer easement. I don't know if you can see it here. So there's a 16-foot sanitary sewer easement right here that was located within a buildable lot, lot 9, block 9 of Homestead Unit 3B. And so after consideration, it was determined that a 3B final plat application would need to be resubmitted, and a Homestead Unit 1A replat application would need to be resubmitted since it was already recorded, the final plat was, in order to move the sewer easement out of lot 9, block 9, which is a buildable lot, and into a non-buildable lot in order to avoid any kind of future complications of maintenance or anything like that. And so here is what it would exist as today. So the sewer easement was moved out of is proposed to be moved out of the buildable lot into a 30-foot water and sanitary sewer easement, which is now being named lot 903, block 9. It's a non-buildable lot. And then these 6 lots that used to be in 3B are being proposed to move into 1A in order to keep this easement contiguous with 1A, to keep the entire 30-foot water and sanitary sewer easement within one unit. And then otherwise there'd be a big gap here where these 6 lots currently reside. So they just move them. It's not creating new land or anything like that. It's just moving it from one unit to the next. And then here's a zoomed in version of exactly what's being moved. So these are lots 9 through 14, block 9, and here's lot 903, block 9, right on the edge here, kind of in the red. These used to be in 3B, and now they're being moved into 1A. Essentially, the main reason was to get that 16-foot sanitary sewer easement out of a buildable lot and into its own non-buildable lot to avoid complications. Besides that, the replat is consistent with all other UDC requirements, and staff is recommending approval. I know the project engineer is here to answer any questions that you may have. I turn it over to you.
All right, and this item again is a public hearing, so we open the public hearing at 6:13. If anyone wishes to speak on this, please make your way up to the podium, state your name and address for the record. And I don't see anybody making a stampede for the podium. We'll close the public hearing at 6:14. All right, commissioners, comments, questions?
Thank you. I looked at this and I looked at this and I couldn't figure out what was going on. Okay.
Took me a while too.
You know, I could see these, 7 lots, but I couldn't really figure out what they were doing. So Nick, thank you very much. You did, for me anyway, you did a great job explaining it.
Yeah, no problem. It was Emily's idea for the colors, so you can thank her.
It's well done. And just for clarification purposes, we're taking that 16-foot easement and it's being made into a 30-foot easement as a separate parcel, and that we're not creating any additional lots. We're just shifting them from one unit to the other.
Right, so it's moving out of a buildable lot and then now into its own lot. So there's no creation of any buildable lots, but there's the creation of this non-buildable lot right here, lot 903, block 9, which is basically just the easement.
Repeat that lot number.
903, block 9. It's right here. I know it's outlined in red, so it's kind of hard to see.
Lot 9. But of which block?
Lot 903, block 9. So I know it's upside down here because we pieced them together, but this is all block 9 here, and this is lot 903.
I was missing your 3.
Yeah, 903.
I just heard lot
No, you're
9.
fine. No worries.
I mean, 2 lot lines. I didn't hear 903.
That's okay. Sorry about that.
All right, Commissioners, any other comments, questions? All right, I'll entertain a motion.
Chairman, I make a motion we approve PC 2018-054, Homestead Division Unit 1A, replat.
All right, have a motion for approval by Commissioner Ray. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Outlaw. Any other comments or questions? All right, call for a vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye. 7 ayes. No nays. Motion passes. Next item on the agenda, item 5A, PC 2018-047. Consider and act upon a request for approval of final plat of Homestead Subdivision Unit 3B, an approximate 14-acre tract of land generally located about 2,000 feet southwest of the intersection of IH 35 North and Schwab Road, Guadalupe County, Texas.
So as Commissioner Dahl said, this is Unit 3B's final plat. It is the other unit that was the lots were being taken out of from this last replat we had here. So I can go back to this. So this is 3B, the one outlined in green. With the replat of 1A, moving the lots to 1A out of 3B, there needed to be a new final plat application for Unit 3B. The previous final plat application for Homestead Unit 3B was approved by the Planning and Zoning Commission on March 28th, 2018. And then this is the new one with the updated information from the 1A replat. Besides all that, the final plat does meet all of the UDC requirements, and staff is recommending approval, and the project engineer is here to answer any questions.
All right, Commissioners, comments, questions?
This Christmas-colored diagram would have made a lot of sense if we could have had it before the meeting.
Yeah, I know. I
I
apologize
don't
for
know
that.
when you guys dreamed this up, but if you do it in the future, just send it out to us. And now that everything's electronic, it wouldn't hurt just send it out, and this would help a lot to explain things.
Of course. Absolutely.
Are all the buildable lots in 3B?
Pardon me?
Are all of the buildable lots in Unit 3B? Because did we just put X number of units into 1A?
So we just
Yeah.
moved 6 buildable lots from 3B. Here, I'll go back to the colored ones for you. So the zoomed in version. So these 6 lots that are here, and this is the proposed orientation of it, with the red being 1A and the green being 3B. So these 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 lots in Block 9 are the buildable lots that are being moved from 3B into 1A. There are existing buildable lots that are staying in 3B. Actually, on the next one. So the next one here, so these lots down here that are grayscaled out used to be in 3B.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, any other comments or questions? All right, then we'll look for a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve PC 2018-047, the final plat of Homestead Subdivision Unit 3B.
All right, have a motion by Commissioner Outlaw. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
A second by Commissioner Ray. Any other comments, questions? All right, call for a vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye. 7 ayes, no nays, motion passes. Next item on the agenda, requests and announcements. Request by commissioners to place items on a future planning and zoning agenda. Commissioners, do we have anything? All right, 6B, announcements by commissioners. City community events attended, continuing education events attended. All right, announcements by city staff. Nope. All right, well, this was quick and easy and fairly painless tonight. If nobody has anything else, meeting adjourned at 6:20.